When I planned out this video, I really wanted to do a review of the new Pentax 17 camera, and I think I'm still going to do that review, even in this video. However, I really wanted to kind of try to verbalize something that's been bothering me about my own experience as a photographer. And I'm gonna kind of wing it, so just just forgive me if I'm a little bit all over the place. But something as a professional photographer, and believe it or not, I am a professional photographer, that gets me is that sometimes I really have trouble shooting when nobody's paying me to shoot. By now, there are tons of videos out there that show the specs of the camera and the settings and the best ways to shoot it, that sort of thing. I'm not going to go into that sort of thing. I'm really more concerned about why, as a photographer, you might want to pick up this surprisingly fun camera. I took a trip with my family to Italy, and as any photographer does, I stressed and I stressed and I stressed about what kind of camera I was going to bring with me. On the one hand, I wanted to bring some film, I wanted to bring some digital, but I didn't want my wife and kids to be mad at me when I was taking forever to set up a shot and lagging behind. So I was just really stressed out about what to take. And then at the shop, we ended up getting the new Pentax 17, and it just kind of clicked that maybe what I needed was a camera that I wasn't so obsessed about getting everything right. And shooting something like this point and shoot half frame camera, at first, I just wasn't open to it. I thought Pentax was making a mistake. I thought that they should have come out with a full frame successor to the K1000, blah, blah, blah. And I just wasn't into it. For those who don't know, the Pentax 17 is a half frame semi-automatic camera. Semi in that you have mostly program modes, but you're able to take a little bit of control of focus and a little bit of control of your aperture. Not much, but just enough to kind of play a little bit. And using a camera like this while I was traveling, it allowed me to have fun. I absolutely could not obsess about controls because there just weren't any. I couldn't obsess about getting the perfect shot because the control was not in my hands. And because of that, I was free. I was free to have fun with a camera. And that's not saying that I don't have fun with any of the other cameras that I shoot, my RZ, or if I shoot with a 35mm or a large format. It's just that as a photographer, I kind of obsess. I obsess about getting that perfect shot. And with the Pentax 17, I couldn't control it. I felt free to just walk around, point at something, worry about my framing, but not really have to worry about anything else, and just take pictures and be in the moment. And because I wasn't in love with the ergonomics necessarily, and I wasn't in love with all the settings and all that, it was really easy for me to just put the camera down. I didn't have to always have the camera in my hand. I was free to put the camera away and just enjoy my time in a foreign country with my family, enjoying the sights. Sure, there were times I had other cameras there, but because this was kind of my fix, I just grabbed it when I wanted it, took a couple of snaps, and put it away. I didn't really obsess about it. And that was a really nice feeling. It's something that I haven't felt in a really long time. Now you may be asking, for $499, why? Why would I get this camera for that much money? And one, the big reason that I can think of is to support Pentax so that they come out with other cameras. But that's not the only thing. That's a pretty tall order for someone to spend that much money on a camera just because they really want the next camera. That's kind of silly. But what does this camera on its own offer? That's what I want to get into in this video. No matter how you slice it, $499 is a lot of money, and it's kind of tough to swallow for people like myself who have been shooting film for 20 years or more. It's just that we live in a day and age where people spend hundreds of dollars on developing film, on purchasing film, and outlaying money at a much higher rate than we did when we first started out. I see people that come into the shop that I work at that spend $100 a week purchasing film and on developing, easy. So it's not so much of a stretch for them to be spending $500 on a new camera. Another reason that I don't think has been talked about nearly enough is the fact that there's a warranty. There's a year warranty on a new camera. This is a new camera body. We in the film market are not used to that. We usually have to deal with max 180-day warranty, but you get a full warranty, and even Pentax has an extended warranty available for this camera. So that is a whole lot of peace of mind for a new camera. Another great thing about this camera is the lens. The lens on it is really, really sharp. The color rendition of it is great. I had zero issues with any of the shots that I got back from my trip to Italy. That said, it's a half frame camera. You can't expect to be blowing it up to 16 by 20 prints and maintaining any sort of integrity with your images. You have to expect that there's going to be some compromises in image quality. Pentax from the beginning said that they were designing this camera partially because of social media. The vertical format and half frame fits really neatly into that little niche. Well, that huge niche, I should say. And as much as we old timers like to knock the vertical format and social media and all that, we need to understand that the young people of this world are the ones that are driving the industry forward. It's not us that are bringing film back. It's the young people. So you know what? Pentax catering to that crowd, I don't see anything wrong with that, especially now that I've shot the camera and I see that they're right. I see how easy it is to post pictures from this format and not have to worry about image degradation. You don't have to worry about, well, it's in a horizontal format, so I'm losing half of my image quality. They've thought of that and it works. So what I would say is, for the film shooters out there who were a little bit saddened by what Pentax came out with, don't be. I think that there is room for this in the lineup. There is room for this in your kit because it's not so complicated, because it's simple, because it's easy to pick up, and more importantly, it's easy to put down. You can enjoy your life. You don't have to obsess about the photo like all of us do. I think that's worth something. All that being said, Pentax 17, very cool camera. $499 is a little bit steep, but is it worth it? I think so. For all of the pluses that it offers, it being a new camera after 20 years, supporting the film community, the quality of the lens, the warranty on a new product. These are all fantastic reasons to invest in a new camera. You could do much worse than this one.